Yeah, I don't know if I can deal with humid.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. How are we? So, anyone want to kick off? I don't know if I actually got anything. I'm going to be honest.
I was about to say, I don't really have much.
Yeah.
Anything big I missed for the past few days?
Oh, Serenade, you got the, I think you got a new one that I didn't post up yet, right?
The vehicle operation, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did post that. Never mind.
Yep. I think the formatting should be correct in the report. There might
Yep.
be, I'm trying to reference them for like inconsistencies, but it's pretty close.
Easy. Yep. That looks good to me. I think really at this point, so we're pretty much at that point now where if there are like particular charges that we want to start revisiting, I think putting together a list of those things is probably not a bad idea. I think what I'm going to do here is the following. If we go to the report section and we see this draft criminal code, it's going to be report number 23946. What I'm thinking here, actually, let me update this to draft. I'm not going to call it criminal code of San Andreas, but rather, actually, yeah, we'll keep it this. I think starting to chunk out these, like adding a list of things that we believe need to be defined, like legislative words, that I think the ones we got right now are pretty good. Reasonable suspicion, probable cause, preponderance of evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. If there are any like legal definitions that you think need to be added to this list, I would do so. I think in addition to that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new report and I'm going to call it like charges to I don't know, what should I call it? Okay, where's, can we not make reports anymore? There we go. I'm going to call it charges needing review, right? And in this document, I think what we should start doing is if we come across a charge, for example, first degree murder, I'm just going to put that in. First degree murder. Then I'm going to put my name next to it. And then I'm going to put a little note. Needs an expanded definition. All right. So what I'm doing here is this charges needed review. I think what we can do in this document is effectively, if we come across like penal code charges that we think like really need to be revisited, we make the note here just to kind of keep a log of what needs to be tackled. And let me actually write out something a little bit more detailed. Give me just 1 second. It's going to be report number 24539. And All right. So I think the reason for this document is that I think like over the past like probably couple weeks, every so often we talk about a charge that we believe needs to be updated, and if we don't like note it down, we're gonna lose sight of it. So I'd say that's kind of what we want to start sort of doing in the background, whether it's like we hear from a cop, whether we whether we hear from a cop, whether we hear from a civilian who's like, what the fuck? Why did this charge get, brought up the way that it did? Oh, that actually just reminded me. They brought this up at the meeting. We need to add, oh, I like this. Let me add to here, accessory and accomplice.
Oh yeah, those definitions.
Yes. Ooh, these are good ones you guys are adding. Eyewitness, character witness, expert witness. Ooh, this is looking real fucking good.
Yeah, well, I figured that those were common enough, and I've seen multiple instances where both lawyers and prosecution were confused on eyewitness, expert witness.
I like this a lot. I think standardization is just going to be so goddamn helpful across the board. I think it'll be moving us away from the hand waviness of how things currently are, where people are just saying words because they heard it on the street to make themselves sound smart, but then everyone is confused what people actually mean by some of these things.
Yeah, and if we provide all of the necessary tools for them to understand, these things, it also creates less of a room for excuses for like, poor legal work or poor police work,
Absolutely. Yeah, this is good. Other than that, court center, I want Martha to be running it in the mornings. I need to talk to Bruce. I just don't think he's a good fit. I do need to talk to Jason about it as well. I don't know how she's going to feel about it, but while he may be helpful, after conversation with Martha and some of the even just my conversation with Bruce is a good guy. He's just cooked when it comes to, he just sees numbers. That's it. And outside of that, it's causing some damage. It's causing a lot of damage, I think, to the court center. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit about profit with the court center. I don't care about anything other than people wanting to utilize it. But for someone like Martha, who does bring people in, I don't know. It's not a good fit. I gotta speak to him and Jason. I don't think she's around till later this evening, so it may have to wait till the weekend for me to speak to her. But I need to do what I can to bring some life back to that place. It's probably not going to be a top priority because at the end of the day, I think people are just happy in general. So its success or lack of success isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people are like demanding that place. You know what I mean? Like,
I think especially with the changes we made to Security, we can definitely look to put a bit more life into that place if you want us to.
Yes, 100%. And I think that's what that conversation with Jason effectively needs to be. She said that she's around usually like after, I think, 6 p.m. Eastern, but on the weekend she's around earlier. So maybe we schedule something for like Saturday.
Yeah, that'd be good for me. One thing, a couple of things from me. Could you approve one of my businesses by any chance?
Which one?
It's just the rebrand Security of Arcadius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
Appreciate it. And then Quantum gave me a call last night about his business grant. I checked on the subsidy form. It got declined. Is that right?
Right, because he's asking for money for a business that's profiting.
I'll let him know.
That makes sense, right? Like
Yeah.
it's why, like a grant is like the grants I feel like are good for startups, which he got, right? The problem is that if we give him grants, we're pretty much reducing his overhead. You know what I mean? Which means he increases his profit. It doesn't, like, you know what I mean?
It says the funding request will cover our continued operational costs and business expansion of parts of the business overall plan. That's totaling up to 5 million, bringing in more employees, storage, and new facilities.
He should be taking his business profits to do that.
Yeah, you
like,
don't. We don't. I agree with you on that one. I just didn't know why it got declined, so I'll let him know.
Is that his materials business?
Yeah, and I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Materials is probably the material game is probably one of the more profitable business sectors, and getting a grant for it, the first one, yeah, cool, but getting them frequently, I kind of go, I don't know, not for me, I don't think.
Yeah.
Wait, the business is a sanitation business, or?
Yeah, sanitation.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he pays. He seems to be paying more than anyone else for the materials, so it's got a good system going for him.
The thing too is, though, he might be able to pay more because we're paying for his everything else. So that's, I hope he understands that. I think, because if we do it for him, we have to do it for every sanitation business. I feel like business grants are like, if you need money because inherently you can't make it otherwise, you know? Or like startup costs or events and stuff. But
let's not beat around the bush. There's a lack of infrastructure here for businesses, right? So I feel like the grants can help a lot of businesses out that way. But
yeah,
I don't. I agree with you in the sense of businesses shouldn't treat it as a financial crutch.
exactly. Or we end up effectively subsidizing materials for him exclusively by effectively paying for all of his infrastructure and company wages.
All right, I'll let him know that.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that info. Other than that, I think that's everything from me.
All right, hell yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got. We'll keep it short today. I don't think I'm going to be around super long since I'm usually out on Wednesdays, but if you guys need me, please do let me know. And please do utilize those 2 report sheets. Like, anything pops up, it's a good place to just kind of like jot it down, you know?
Very good. I added a little more to the definition section.
Ooh. Okay, good shit. If any Serenade, Tony, if you guys feel like you want to start defining some of these out, by all means, just put your name next to the definition. So like if it comes up like, man, I wonder who wrote this, like if it needs to have conversation, we know who. But I'm going to start attacking some of these as well. And probably like putting them in priority order, with the ones at the top being the most highest priority. And feel free to like swap them around as well. I'm thinking personally, I think our first draft should be reasonable suspicion, probable cause, accessory, and accomplice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do we want to do this solo, or do we want to also incorporate, the DOJ into some of these?
I think we do it ourselves to begin.
Okay.
And then they can come in after the fact. I think that makes it run better in parallel. Like if you want to do it individually, it's fine. But I think it behooves us to just kind of like, you take your best shot at it, and then we get an agreement, and then because otherwise, when you get too many stakeholders all at once, there becomes more opinion than you want to. It's better that we give them a closer to our finished product first. So,
makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right, easy. All right, guys. Well, good shit. All right.
I
Alright.
see the document for the charges that might need to be looked at. What about? I don't see one for a definitions one. Is that an MDT report or? Is
Yep.
that
It's called
It's
Los
just-
Santos Criminal Code of San Andreas. I'll call it Criminal Code of San Andreas Encyclopedia, maybe. Or I'll do definitions. I don't know what this kind of thing is called in the legal world. I think it is like an legal encyclopedia, so I might change the title, but
Does anybody have a report number for that? I don't think I see it.
23946.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, finally, I forgot to mention this. I want to launch a division of the LSPD called the Meter Maids. Turner's already cool with the idea. I've already spoke to Gary, who's interested to lead it. I'm going to want to interview other folks as well, but they are going to effectively be in charge of in the square that if you open up your GPS between Del Perro, La Porta Freeway, and Olympic Freeway, they're going to operate in that little square. They will probably use a moped to get around. They'll have their own uniform, and their job will be to give like $50, $100 parking tickets. So, they will not have a gun. They won't have a badge. They won't have any weapons. They will be easily distinguishable. And if they get kidnapped or whatever, they do not have like a GPS marker. Well, they may have a GPS marker, but they won't be able to like do the 78s. So, any questions about that?
No, not for me.
All right, easy.
Nope. I think that sounds great.
All right, I'm probably gonna end up holding like kind of like an open interview in regards to it. Maybe aimed for like this weekend for people to kind of show up and like kind of present themselves. All right, awesome.
Should we look to have another city hall? Because it's been a
I think so. Actually,
it's been a minute, right?
maybe we do it for this Friday. And it's aimed at pointing the people. Well, I think we do the city hall once the new criminal code stuff is out. Actually, not. Let's do it Friday. Fridays probably are people around on Fridays or shit faced?
Well, I'm usually shit faced, but I'm 21 and like drinking quite a lot, so I'm probably,
What day of the week?
It depends. When it comes to
probably
Fridays, like
demographic.
certain parts of this storm will be popping off, and then like there's a steep drop off at like the second half.
I'm ready to
More so
get
than the other
impeached.
days. Uh-oh.
Yeah, maybe we don't do it Friday. As well as doing the event.
Oh, he's doing the Among Us one on. Oh,
Wait, Friday?
Yeah.
Sign ups close on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There we go. Wait, that's one way to do it.
Feel free to throw your suggestions on the Twitter.
oh, 2 for Tuesday.
Not Tuesday.
Oh, a
You know,
lot of
we-
people like Thursday, to be honest. Thursday, Tuesday. I guess we could do it. This Thursday is
do it
going to be a little
tomorrow?
too. Tomorrow's a little too soon. I think. I want some time to like think about what it would be. All right, well, let's see how these ones go. And let's say tomorrow, let's revisit and come up with a day.
Okay.
I do like the idea of like Tuesday, to be honest. It's like kind of the start of the week. People tend to be around.
Nino, what do you think of like either Los Santos or San Andreas Encyclopedia of Law, and then have subsections for criminal and civil definition?
2 seconds ago.
I'd say throw whatever in there, and then we can, you know, we'll sort of figure it out. I feel like it's hard to weigh in without like sort of seeing where our documents are going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will attempt to kind of give it a structure and like a face to it and see if you like it.
Love it. I think actually I will say the less documents the better. Like I think there should be one legislative document that literally encompasses like the bulk of content, because the more documents we have, it just goes against, it's impossible. We have so much documents, it's impossible to keep track of things as it is, because like you know, so
yeah. So that's what I think. We could just do subsections in one singular document, right?
yes. Yeah.
And then I mean it'd be easily, amendable. Should new definitions need to be added, after the original is published.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right, unless there's anything else, I'm gonna get going.
Not from me.
All right, good shit, guys. We'll be around.
All right.
Give me a call if you need anything. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I miss Barrett. What happened to him? Barrett! Do 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 do. All right. He's like Batman. He wiped the TOJ and then went into the night. Oh my God, our hero.